Hey guys, it's Dee from DeesDivineGuidance here, and I wanted to come on and share a video that I did inside of my Facebook group. Somebody in there asked me about how you co-parent with a narcissist. So I did a video on this. I give you kind of 3 tips with a lot of information in between them in order to gain your sanity and take your power back when you are co-parenting with a narcissist. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get to it. Hello ladies, how are you today? Woo! I wanted to come on, so if you're here, say hi in the comments, and if you're catching the replay, give me a #replay. I wanted to come on and do a video. I was going to do this a couple days, but things are a little bit crazy lately. You can probably relate to that. But I wanted to really come on and do this video about co-parenting with a narcissist, because this is a very hot topic right now, because we are all home with our kids and then dealing with the co-parenting situation. Some of the co-parents are not staying safe, not taking this seriously. So I wanted to give you a rundown about how to co-parent with a narcissist. As you know, I have 2 small kids. They're going to be 7 and 10 in a couple months, and I have to co-parent with their narcissistic father all the time. So I'm going to give you a couple of key factors to remember when you are co-parenting with this narcissistic person. These are going to apply to even if you're not co-parenting, but you have narcissistic people around you. These are also going to be very, very helpful for you. So the first thing that I want you to remember or to do, the first tip that I have for you is to always remember that they are narcissists. It is so easy to forget because you're a decent human being. You have empathy for others, and it's very easy for us to forget that other people do not feel the same way that you do. They don't have the empathy that you do for other people. And sometimes it's hard for us to even fathom that. Like, how can they not care? How can they do this to me? How can they do this to our kids? So always remember that they are a narcissist. So in saying that, there's a few things that go along with that. So do not let them get to you. Always, before you contact them, before you talk to them, before you open up emails, before you look at text messages, if you see their name pop up, say in your head, they are a narcissist. And whatever I'm about to read is probably going to be manipulation, or even speaking to them, manipulation and gaslighting. Now, when you can put that awareness in the very beginning, before you actually deal with this narcissistic person, it's going to give you a step up. And you're going to kind of disconnect from whatever they're about to say to you, because you're going to be looking at that and looking for the manipulation and the gaslighting. So when you can step back and say, okay, I am about to look at a narcissistic's email or a narcissist's, I'm gonna talk to a narcissist. I know that there's gaslighting coming, and I know that there's manipulation coming my way. It's gonna give you a step up in order to not feel that emotion about it, because you're looking for it. The other thing that you have to remember here is that they will never see it your way. They won't. They will never see it your way. They will never understand your pain. They will never understand what you've done to them or what they've done to you, right? So stop trying to prove it to them. Stop trying to make them see what they're doing to the kids. Stop trying to make them see what they're doing to you and how they're not helping you and they're not supporting you. They will never see it. So when you give up on trying to prove it to them or make them see it, you get your energy back. And that's what this is all about, is taking your energy back here. Okay, so they will never see it your way. I wrote down my notes, so this is what I'm looking at. I want to make sure I hit everything. They will always want what they want. That's the bottom line. They will always see it their way. They will always want what they want, and they will come after you sometimes. It really depends, if they're a covert narcissist or not. But you know, they will come after you. And especially, and we'll get down, we'll visit this in another topic down here, but they will always want what they want. And the more you fight, the more you are just extending your energy. So if you are going to fight with them, fight with a lawyer. Fight with someone that can represent you and do it the right way, rather than wasting your energy trying to talk to them, because they're never going to hear you. They are never going to hear you. Okay. And then also remembering them as a narcissist goes along with seeing them as they are and realizing that this is a narcissistic person. I'm never going to get anywhere with this person. It's not worth my energy. And I'm just going to let them be and do them. And I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to work on my life. And we're going to get to that in a second. So see them as who they are. Stop wishing that they would change, because they're not gonna. They're not gonna. And I'm gonna do a whole different video on that. If you guys like these narcissist videos, let me know in the comments, because I will do more of them. There's a lot I can talk about narcissism. So definitely let me know in the comments. But so they just let them be them and realize that you can't change them and that they're never going to change. So therefore, just let them be them, and you focus on you and your kids and your life. All right. So the second thing here is that you can only control what you can control. Very important to understand that. You have no control over this person. And I know one of the biggest things about co-parenting with the narcissist is that, you know, when our children are with this person, we freak out, because it's like, oh my God, what are they learning? What are they not doing? Like, what is he saying? Who is he bringing around them? We freak out, and we have no control over it. And that was one of the biggest things that I had to let go of when we started this process of co-parenting back and forth, is that I had no control over what he did with my children when he had them. And I still have no control over what he does with my children when he has them. So you have no control over their actions. And the more you try to control it, again, you're wasting your energy. The energy that could be spent on, and we're going to get there in a second, helping your children overcome what they're going through. You need all of the energy that you have in order to help the people around you, your children, yourself. And you don't need to be spending on that trying to control somebody else's actions, because it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So you cannot control their actions. You can only control what you can control. So again, their actions and what they do with the kids. And this is the other thing. A lot of narcissists will try to control you. They will try to control you with the kids and also with money. I work with a lot of women that are being controlled because they are due this money and they hold on to the money. So let me know if you resonate with that. They are holding on to this money, and it's because it's the only way that they have left to control you. And that kind of control gives them that power and makes them feel good about themselves. So they will use money and they will use the kids to control you. And unfortunately, and I'm sorry to say this, is that you have no control over that. You have no control over them not giving you the money. You know, again, they're going to tie you up in the legal process and keep you kind of like spending your own money, and also tying you up so that they don't have to pay you. So that is something that they're going to do. So just expect it. And when we can expect these things, instead of being like, oh my God, this is what they're doing, like just expect it. Because if you get through that, like my situation's a little different because I had a little bit of an upper hand on there, but because of what he did. But you know, just realize that this might happen, so that when you do get into that situation, or you are in that situation, he's a narcissist. This is what they're going to do. They're going to try to control you. They're going to try to control their kids. They're going to try to control you. So if you just realize that you can only control what you can control. Now, the third thing here, though, is to take your power back with all of this. Take your power back with all of this BS, because it's BS. And the only way that you can take your power back here is to create your own life. Listen, if they owe you money, great. But for right now, you need to go out and do what you need to do. You need to get the job. You need to start bringing in money for yourself. Like that person doesn't even exist. And then when that money finally comes in, if it ever does, then it's going to be a bonus on you. But for right now, you need to, and I know where we are right now in the world, but you need to go out and make your own money. You need to create your own life so that you don't depend on them anymore. And that's really, really important. So create a business, get a second job, do whatever you need to do to, and I know, I get it, guys. I get it. The second job with the kids, I know it's a lot. But it is going to be easier when you take your energy back and you don't focus on them and what they're not giving you to do these things that will actually bring you to a higher place in your life. Okay. And one of the things here is with the, with taking your power back with the narcissist co-parenting is a lot of the times we worry about what they're learning over there. We have to clean up the mess after they come back. When they come back from, you know, their father or their mother, whatever, we have to clean up the mess. We have to say, okay, you know, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You know, I'm an energy healer, so I do energy healing on them. You know, clear their energy, start fresh, teach them things about narcissistic people, how people lie, how people manipulate, you know, having boundaries. We need to, and this is another reason why you have to take your power back and take your energy back, because it takes energy to do this with your children. And if you're so like distraught because they're not giving you the money and they're trying to, you know, control you, and you're just stuck in that mindset of all of that, you're not doing what you need to do with your children. So when you can let that go and just be like, you know what, screw you. Because we talked about this in the, what course do we have? Oh, Heal Yourself Today, right? We're allowed to say these words sometimes when it calls for it. But we're like, screw you, you go over there, live your life. And now it's time for me to focus on my life with my children and help them as much as I can overcome whatever the hell you're bringing into their lives. So really, really important is that instead of worrying about what's going on over there, it's teaching them the foundations of what narcissism is. By not shouting out the co-parent, not shouting out their dad or their mom, but by teaching them what narcissism is, teaching them how lying is not accepted, teaching them how, you know, we should always speak good to people instead of bashing people, teaching them those things, because this is the thing. If you teach them the foundations, they are then going to know when their parent is not doing it. When they're lying, they're going to know. When they're manipulating, they're going to know, because you have taught them the foundations. So really, the only thing you can do when you're co-parenting with a narcissist is to create your own life with your own money and make sure that you are teaching your children the way to stay away from these types of people, even though they're their parent. And eventually they might come to you and be like, you know, I'm seeing something strange here. Like, is dad, like, I see him kind of lying and things aren't sounding right. And they're going to come upon that conclusion on their own. You don't have to do it for them. Okay. So those are my tips for you about co-parenting with a narcissist. Very important. I'll recap it. Always remember that they're narcissistic. Don't let them get to you. They're never going to see it your way. So don't try. Don't try to prove anything to them. Don't try to prove that they're a bad parent. They're never going to see it. They're never going to see it. See them as they are. Let them live their lives, and you focus on your life. You can only control what you can control. You do have no control over their actions, and you have no control over what they do with your children when you have them. Bottom line, even if it's in the agreement, my ex doesn't follow the agreement per anything. So it's like, that was like, except for the money, because he's got it taken out of his paycheck, is the only thing that thing came in handy for after like $5,000. No control over what they do with the kids, and they will try to control you. And if you can just accept that and know that this is just what they're going to do, because this is the type of people they are, let go of the attachment of emotion to it, because this is just the person they are. And then to create your own life, make your own money, create your own happiness, teach your kids what this is all about so that they don't grow up being codependent. Teach them to validate themselves, teach them to love themselves, and everything will be okay. All right. All right, so that is my message for today. I hope it helps you guys, especially in this situation that we're in. Much love to you. Stay sane, all right? Detach the emotions from this person. They want to get to you. They want you to feel that way. So take your power back, create your own life, make your own money, and teach your kids. Much love to all of you. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.